Charles, there have been two recent announcements on closures of caprolactam capacity. Was this expected?
Well, the actual closures that have taken place were not really expected. On the other hand, with the gross overcapacity in caprolactam in the world market, something was going to happen. In fact, it's maybe a little a surprise that it was two leading producers who decided to shut capacity, one being Vibrant, which has decided to shut 260,000 tonnes of capacity in the United States. And really that was a surprise because the USA is a quite competitive location to make caprolactam because of low energy costs. The other closure was announced by BASF, so it's a reduction of 100,000 tonnes in its capacity, so somewhat less drastic. But again, BASF was a leading producer of caprolactam. That was a bit unexpected. So certainly some capacity reduction was on the cards. It's a little surprising that it was these two companies that decided to bite the bullet.
So what effects will this have on the caprolactam market?
Not quite as much as might be expected because there is continuing additions of capacity taking place in China. Towards the end of this year or early next year, there will be two new plants in China from Taiwan and Lanhua, and then middle of next year another 200,000 tonnes from Luxi in China. So during the course of the next 12 months there's going to be an additional 400,000 tonnes, which is rather more than the closures which have been announced by BASF and Vibrant.
Will this change world balance for caprolactam?
Yes, it will change things because Vibrant from USA was exporting a large amount of its production to Asia, so that will disappear. In fact, it's already pretty well stopped. BASF has an export position to Asia, including to its own 916 plant in China. So those exports will probably be curtailed. So basically it means a retrenching both on the part of the United States and of Western Europe in terms of their exports to Asia. That will leave a bit more room for the Asian producers to expand their exports. China will probably not enter the export market because export from China is disadvantaged by the VAT rules. So it probably means that caprolactam producers in Japan, Taiwan and Korea will have a little bit more room for their export sales.
So how will the gap be filled?
Well, there's this new capacity coming on stream in China, so there will be no problem with replacing the exports to China, provided of course that BASF can find caprolactam of high enough quality for its 916 plant. CPDC can expand its production, provided it can source enough cyclohexanone. So yes, there's sufficient capacity in Asia to be able easily to fill the gap left by those that fall off in exports from Europe and USA.